Yes.
Sam, just how would you describe how difficult those conditions were today?
Yeah, it's just tough, really hard to get in a rhythm. It's all about just getting committed to your shots. I mean, especially 17 is a perfect example. Watching guys, it's just tough out there. Just the wind, it's gusty, it's just inconsistent. It's just hard, especially after a lot of waiting around, not knowing when you're going to play. They moved a couple of tees around, so it makes it a little more manageable. But I mean, like a hole like 18, you know, it's just, I'm like, if you would have given me a 5 before I teed off, I would have taken it. But yeah, I told my caddy, be on a couple of shots. I'm just trying to make solid contact. For the most part, I hit a lot of good shots. It's hard to gauge my round, whether it was really a good round or not. But I mean, fortunately, I had a solid round the first round and kind of hung on and had a couple birdies at the end. You know, made one bad swing on 14, made double, and then it's just hard. It's just tough when things start going sideways, like, and a win like that. It's just really difficult.
What'd you hit on 17?
17, I hit a 7-iron. 7-iron. Matt Wallace went first, and I told my caddy I was glad we got to see him hit because I was thinking it was at 8. It's only 130 and change. Yeah, I mean, it's just very out of the ordinary. I hit a really straight shot. Didn't know what to say to it in the air. It looked like it was going in the back grandstands, then it looked like it was coming up in the short in the water, you know, by the end of it. So it's just all about, like I said, just hitting it really solid and getting committed to whatever number you got.
At what point does it become fair and maybe not fair?
I mean, I think it's fair enough. I mean, I think one of the only things that was a little frustrating today was just we fell behind on a couple shots because we had to go back to the tee because a couple guys, and then we're kind of getting put on the clock there, and it's like, you know, it's playing so tough. It's like, how fast do you want me to make a drop and make a double bogey for you here? Like, you know, so I can get out of the way of the tournament that's going on. It's like, it's just not easy. And if you can fall out of position really quickly. I think the course setup and everything is fair, plenty fair. It's just hard, and with all the delays, it's just, you know, it's a little frustrating at those times because it's not easy in those conditions. You got to kind of throw some of those policies with time out the window a little bit when you're on a tee like 17. Imagine getting timed and trying to hit quickly, and you're in contention to win a golf tournament with a $20 million purse, and you're just trying to get it done within a certain time spot. I mean, it's just tough.
Timed on 17?
No, not on 17, but we were timed from 12, 13, 14, 15. And, you know, I was playing well, and, you know, I was 3 under, and it's just, I was playing good golf. But, you know, I'm not complaining about that. I think the course conditions are fine. It's just like, it's just difficult. You know, we're looking at a Monday finish. Like, it's just a matter of when. So, it's not, you know, everything in terms of our windows when we're just trying to get the golf tournament, have a really good tournament played on one of the best venues we have, you know, and we're playing for a lot of money. So,
what's the craziest shot you had to hit today?
The most stressful was probably the tee ball on 18 and the tee ball on 17. But it's just, I didn't have anything too crazy, I would say. It's just, you're just taking different lines. I live 20 minutes away. I play this course pretty regularly. I'm looking at shots lines I never usually take. So it's just, you kind of like, I'm playing a different version of golf, so I'm kind of just like deleting those from the memory bank and just trying to commit to certain lines from different tees and stuff like that. So yeah, 17, I just watched Hudson Swafford hit one in the water when I was signing my scorecard. I mean, they said they had 24 balls so far in the water. A lot of the guys haven't even teed off yet, I don't think, at this point. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, if the conditions are like this tomorrow, that number is going to get up there pretty high.
Where did you have to aim the tee shot on 18?
I mean, I was aiming pretty much in the water, you know, and trying to hit it pretty straight, and it finished in the right pine straw. I don't think that's necessarily unfair. It's just hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's set up goofy. It's just the weather is just making it difficult. The greens, the balls weren't moving on the greens. I think they did a good job with that. The course is, for how much rain they've gotten, has held up unbelievably well, in my opinion. It's pretty amazing how well it's held up. The greens are still rolling pretty good for how much. I mean, it's been dumping. So, all in all, I think it's about as good as it can be.
Sam, 17 and 18 are challenging for you guys. What would you expect someone with a 10 handicap to play those 2 holes in these conditions?
A lot. I mean, they might not finish. You just have to hit it so solid. You can't. That's the only way you can predict how far the ball's going to go. For guys, really good PGA Tour players miss it just the tiniest of margins, and it's a 20-yard difference with how far it goes or direction. So it's just really tough.
How many balls in the water? Would you expect someone with a 10 handicap to put in?
I mean, it's one of those things where they might hit the first one on the green, or they might go through their whole bag. I mean, I would say I would take a couple at least to try and get a feel for it. A 10 handicapper's a good golfer, so I mean, I would probably put my money, if it was a coin flip, I would put my money on it being in the water before being on the green to start. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Big club gets in.
Oh, sweet. Love it.